From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert Weather.
Well, welcome along, and of course, it is time for the weekend, so we'll talk about the weekend weather forecast. I think you're going to really enjoy this. First of all, today, temperatures were in the 50s, so we made it 56 degrees for the day, so we were 5 to 6 degrees warmer than what we were yesterday. And of course, always talk about the winds died down. That was kind of nice. And as you take a look at the wind gusts for tomorrow, they're not going to be too bad. Look at this, 5-6 miles an hour. Those are the wind gusts. So it's not going to be much during the day. Later in the evening, we might see the winds picking up, and I think Sunday we'll have some gusty winds around. We're going to be in between systems, so I'll show you more on that here in just a second. But first, if you plan on going to the mountains this weekend, or if you're living up in the Stanley area, you can see here's your temperatures. It's going to be very cold tonight, down to 6 degrees, but highs will be as much as 55 on Saturday and partly cloudy skies. As you look at Sun Valley, cold in the mornings, but temperatures will be getting into the 50s on Sunday. And again, it's partly cloudy skies, no moisture, nothing developing until later Sunday evening. Now, here's the forecast from McCall. It's the same thing, partly cloudy skies, mild conditions, especially for afternoon highs, and especially on Sunday. Now, the water content up in some of those mountain locations, just look at some of these numbers. They're very high. And I've mentioned this before, just so you could read this map. 100% is average. Anything above that is above the average. So you can see what's happening here at 142% in Boise. Here's Payette, here's Weiser, all very high there. And look at this for the Hawaii Mountains, above 200% there. So it's very, very high, which is just showing us that there's a lot of water that's going to come from the melting of the snow in some of those mountains. So no wonder they're working on the rivers this early to try to see if they can make room in some of those reservoirs. Now, the futurecast, a couple of things I want to point out to you. So here's your forecast. Tomorrow we'll show a few clouds moving through. So there's your Saturday, but you've got mostly sunny skies. It's a nice day and temperatures in the 60s. Now, I'm going to stop this right here as we get into Sunday afternoon. You see Boise, and just watch what develops. It's not much, but you'll see just a few showers there coming up. And what this is indicating is that there's a little bit moisture in the upper levels. And as it tries to go over the top of the mountains, it's going to develop possibly some isolated thunderstorms that could be close to Boise. We're not saying it's going to happen on Sunday at this point, but the potential is there for maybe an isolated thunderstorm. So just watch for that. And that's going to be later Sunday afternoon or maybe even into Sunday evening. So temperatures for tomorrow. Here's your Saturday around the Magic Valley. See that they are coming up. And if you're looking at Sun Valley, we talked about that. Temperatures will be basically into the mid-40s. And the 40s are pretty much what's expected in most of the mountain locations. And down here in valley locations, highs will be getting into those 60s. 66 for Caldwell, 68 degrees for Ontario. If you look at Meridian, 66, Boise, 67 degrees. Here's your 7-day forecast. Looking pretty good on the weekend, as we talked about. As the next storm comes in, that's why I say a possibility of some changes and some gusty winds is a little cooler storm comes in. As you see this with the temperatures dropping, the pressure differences will cause the winds, and maybe a few showers around on Tuesday. So as you look at Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can see most of those temperatures start to warm back up from some of those 50s again. Have a great weekend. We're coming back with more news in just a moment.